Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss the topic is how can we create custom metadata type record using Apex. So basically, if you think about the custom object or standard object, creating a record of custom object or standard object, I don't need to say specifically here because you can use simple create or a insert statement or DML operation to create a record. But in the case of custom metadata type, you can't use normal DML operation to create custom metadata type record. Okay, so for that, now Salesforce is giving MetaData API with a different classes to create a custom metadata type record using Apex. That's what we are going to discuss now. Okay, so with this, you can create multiple custom metadata type records easily through Apex, okay, with the help of metadata classes. Let's see how can we create a record. How can we create a custom metadata type record? By using MetaData API in Apex. Okay, let's see. So custom metadata record creation in Apex. So first thing is we have different classes from MetaData API from Salesforce in the recent releases, that is metadata class. Okay, in metadata you have deploy container class and custom metadata class and the custom metadata value, and these kind of things always there. So whenever you want to create a custom metadata record, then you have to follow this structure. How can we follow? First thing is, let's see what kind of custom metadata object we have. Custom metadata type we create. Okay. So for example, in our Salesforce textbook, I created price tag. Okay. Price tag custom metadata type. Usually, how can you create a custom metadata type record? By clicking on manage button, you can create manually. But through programmatically, you can't create custom metadata type record through normal DML operation because custom metadata type never supports normal DML operations to insert to update. Okay, then for that, Salesforce is giving metadata API with the different new classes in recent releases. Okay, let's see how we can do. For now, let's see this price tag metadata object name, metadata type name, and we have developer name, okay, and master label. Along with that, I have discount and rate. Now I want to create a record through Apex. How can we create? Okay, for that we have different classes. First thing is you have to specify container. Okay, I'm going to execute this from workbench. Okay, in Apex execute. Okay, this is the one. And then, so if you see, if I click on manage price tag, I don't have any records for now. Let's see. So first thing is you have to create a container, and then you have to create a custom metadata instance. Then you have to create full name and label. The first thing is you have to make full name and label. Here, so if you see here, I prepare custom metadata with the full name label. Full name means developer name, label means master label here. And here I just add, for full name you always need to add price underscore tag, that is custom metadata type name, without underscore MDT, and you can give the name of developer name. Okay, whatever you want to. For now I give default price tag as a developer name, and for label I gave same name for now. Now for every field in our custom metadata type, you have to create a custom metadata value. Okay, how we can create? We have to create an instance of custom metadata value. See here, In this, you have to create a custom metadata value instance, that is custom field 1 in our case, and you have field and value properties in that instance. And then for field, you have to specify for which field you want to give a value in the specified custom metadata type and value. And you have to add this custom field or custom metadata value to values property of custom metadata you defined here. That means this will be related, or this will be related to the full name. That means it will be associated with this full name. Okay, here custom metadata values of add. And then you have to add the same thing to container. Okay, this is the container dot add metadata method. In that you have to add the custom metadata instance. Okay, in the same way you have to do the same way for rate underscore c. See, I'm not doing anything else. I'm just doing, for every field you have to create a custom metadata value and assign it to the values attribute or values property of custom metadata and container. Then now after creating all these things, now you have created one record with these things. Okay, you are creating with the default price tag name, okay, and container. Okay, now after all the things, you have to deploy this container into your system. So how can you deploy? By using metadata.operations.enqueue deployment. Okay, by using metadata.operations and enqueue deployment method. Here you have to pass the container instance as the first instance. Another one is callback class. So this callback class will be useful for notifying the status of the custom metadata deployment into the arc. Okay, what is deployment here? Whenever you do enqueue deployment, then it does deployment into your system when you try to create or when you try to deploy these things. Okay, along with the creation. That means it deploys your metadata component into the organization. Okay, it is not like creating the record. It gives or it does a deployment, and the status of deployment you can get through this callback. In that you will have callback results and context answer. Okay, for now I'm not using callback because we don't need it for now. Now I just passed container, and now let's see. I'm going to execute this class, execute the snippet. Now if I see, for now I have another deployment anyway. Now I'm going to get one more deployment. Let's see. See, deployment succeeded. Now you can see it doesn't need any test classes to be run. Okay, when we deploy the custom metadata records through this snippet anyway, and one component, one record we created. Okay, so I'm reloading this. Now you can see the record with the default price tag. This is how we can create. See, we created one record. If you see, we can see the same values: default price tag, developer name and label, 2% and 10%. Okay, this is how we can create a custom metadata type record through MetaData API classes. Okay, and when you use metadata type classes, MetaData API classes, it deploys the records, it deploys that component into the database. This is how we can do insert or creation of custom metadata type record. Okay, so you can have references also from Trailhead. You can go through that. And with this, what you can do, basically when you want to create a custom metadata record, you have to create manually. Instead of that, you can create multiple records also. In our example, I created simple single record. You can create multiple records with the same snippet by using your own logic. Now you know how to create a custom metadata type record, custom metadata type record creation in Apex. Okay, all the best.